Hi everyone, Tutorials for Looms here. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to make my own original one loom design. This is called the Frenzy Loop bracelet. And as you can see, it's actually a very unique bracelet because you can actually see this is they're like little circles inside. And it's just got some really fun and unique looping techniques that you see in wider bracelets that I've conformed down to only one loom or illuminator or wonder loom or whatever you would like to use because it's just in a staggered configuration. So that way it's more we're able to do full wraps, and also some people only have one loom, so I decided to go with a one loom, and I think this is actually really fun to make even if you have like 10 looms like I do. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to use 4 colors again on this bracelet, so we're going to start out with the neon orange, which is the neon blue that I'm going to be using. And so I'm going to be using my illuminator, and also it's a single basic perimeter. I think this bracelet, I just kind of came up with it. A lot of people requesting it. I also have my home post bracelet coming up real soon. That's another one loom design which you can look out for because a lot of people have been requesting that lately. So, I knew this wouldn't take long. It's got some fun looping processes that you can learn if you're a beginner to help you when you maybe get more looms and start getting more advanced in all sorts of loom things. Right, when you get up to the second and last pin, you're just going to go in as you always do. Alright, so now the next step is that we're going to place these pink bands. Alright, so for that I'm going to be placing my blue here. So you're just going to start on this pin right here. It's going to be your left pin. You're going to go in like that and then in again. And then next pin up, do the exact same thing. So we're just going to be repeating that process. My band, I don't like it when my bands overlap. So it's going to be 2. I find that happens a lot more with the illuminators than the rainbow loom. So you can do this with literally any loom because it fits in the staggered configuration. And then I have 2 illuminators, but for the sake of the tutorial I'm doing the one because I like to use actually my one looms because I really don't wear the thin bracelets that much. But I find that I like to use them for keychains or something like that. So I don't even add a C-clip, I just slip knot it. And so... And I need to grab some more of my bands here. So I'm just going to grab a couple more of my blue bands because I wasn't quite sure how many I would need, and obviously I needed a bit more. Not many. Alright, so my last 2 here. Hopefully I have enough red now. So now the red's going to be a little bit different. So it's going to be the brown bands. So what you're going to do is you're going to twist it when you put it on so that it makes a figure 8. We're going to follow this same pattern on the other side, but you want to twist every single band. So you just want to twist. So it's going to be starting from this pin to this pin, so you don't want to go from here to here, you want to go from here to here. And then twist that on. It's very, very simple. I have to say the looping process is the hardest part of this bracelet because it's really, really weird. I'm using some looping that I've actually never seen done before. I mean, it may be out there. I'm not claiming it or anything, but I've never seen it used. So this, hopefully you guys will like the looping pattern. I think it makes the bracelet tighter and look a lot neater, personally, but I don't know for sure because that's just my opinion. But twist these all the way up. Because like when you loop it, the middle bands turn into like a hexagon shape and it's quite cool. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to place that single chain in the middle. I'm using my black, it's the dark green in there. So we are just going to place that. Oops. In every tutorial, a band manages to fly. Never happens when I'm actually just doing it off camera, but always when I'm on camera. You're going to go to the last pin. So you just want to flip your loom and add a cap band, so it's going to be wrapped around one time. Alright. You're just going to place it on that last pin. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to loop the single chain, the black single chain. So you're going to go through there. So you're going to grab the top band, which is going to be that black band. Alright, and you're going to loop that forward. And then just loop it forward completely. Now, we're going to do something afterwards, so it's going to be really unique. What we need to do is loop this out first, and then we're going to do something that I said I've never seen done before. This other stuff I have, but this technique has not been seen by me. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go with the first pin, and I'm going to zoom in. Maybe I want to make sure you... Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to go to this first pin right here. Alright, so there's going to be two bands. See, there's going to be that bottom band. You want to take the bottom band and you want to loop it, so it's going to be on the left side first, always the left side. You're going to loop it over the pin. Alright, so now you're going to come over here on the right side, grab the bottom of those two bands, and you want to loop it over. Alright, so you're going to do that on the other pin now. You're going to grab that bottom left band, loop it over, grab the bottom right band, and loop it over. So once you get the hang of it, it's very easy, but it's kind of hard at the beginning to understand. And when you get to that last pin, it's going to start falling off, so you have to be very careful when you're doing that. But just loop this. So I can go a little bit faster now, because if you need any help, you can just rewind and rewatch the steps if you're still having trouble. Hopefully it's a really simple step once you get it, so hopefully it caught on quickly. That my explaining was not too horrible. I'll keep it zoomed in just so that you can get a very clear view. I just grabbed the wrong band. Definitely don't want to get confused like I am. So, I'm just going to go ahead, grab that. Make sure I'm still on camera. It's kind of hard with it zoomed in the way it is. Alright, now when you get to this last, what you want to do is you want to hold your finger on this, and then you want to loop it over. See, because when you loop it over, it does this. So that's what I was going to show you. So you want to do your finger over this. Alright, then like continue to hold the band on here, and grab the other band and loop it over. And, sorry about that. You want to do that because I did it before and it's kind of hard to do. And you want to continue to hold the band and loop this one over. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Hold it here, because otherwise it will fall off, and then grab the bottom one here and then loop it over that one, and then, okay, just leave that one. It actually doesn't really make that big of a difference, and sorry about that, because I did it here, but it actually doesn't matter. I just thought I could show you, but for some reason it's really hard with the tripod in front of me. So now what we're going to do is we're going to loop out the red bands. So, but before you loop out these red bands, you're going to go ahead and loop the blue out. So it's going to be looped out like an X. And this is where I said your bands are going to look kind of different. And now you want to loop out the other red. So you want to just loop this out regularly. You're not going to like loop all the red out at one time. You're going to just do it out like this. So, very, very easy on this part too. Sorry about that last confusion there. It's so hard when you, like, because now that I've started filming with my camera, I have a much bigger tripod and obviously a much bigger filming. When I had my iPhone and my little tripod stand, it was hard, but not near as hard. And I'm also trying out the wood background. Let me guys, let me know if you guys like it or not, because I've been using the colored backgrounds, and those have been working well. And then this is a last minute decision to film this tutorial because I didn't get much reaction, but it's really quick, so hopefully you guys like it. But it's really late at night. It's like 11 o'clock at night on a Wednesday. I didn't decide to put it on because I usually don't keep it on because I usually have drinks on here and I don't want to ruin the poster boards that I use. So I'm just decided to use the wood, and hopefully you guys like it. I've used wood before. I've used different colors of the different shades of wood at different tables, and so I just thought the poster boards worked better, but let me know what you guys think. I can't say that straight. Like I said, it's 11 o'clock at night. And next. And we are almost done. And then we're going to do the unique border looping. So as you can see, this band, it really won't do anything. It can just be left that way because there's going to be no bands looped. Alright. So now what we're going to do for the border, my camera will actually zoom in. So we're going to loop out these two bands. Alright, then we're going to loop forward. Like that. So what we're going to do is the bands that we twisted were the red. So what we want to do is we want to grab that blue band right here on the second pin. You want to grab that, pull it over, and then go through here and then loop this band forward. Now we're going to repeat that on the other side. We're going to grab, alright, so we're going to grab that blue band, loop it over the pin. Alright, then loop this band forward. Then grab the blue band. Just remember the band that you twisted was the band that we do not want to use for the loop over. Alright, so hopefully you guys got that. I mean, it is a little weird at first, but it gets easier. I find it really easy when you hold your loom like I'm doing now anyway. I'm doing it for the tutorial, but I usually do that anyway, so don't feel like you don't have to do it, but it's really easy to do. I'm just going to go ahead, zoom out a little bit, and then make sure you loop that. You know, if you looped it when there's that little curve right there. Hoping that this works all in one clip, because that way I can just automatically upload it to YouTube from my camera instead of having to put the clips together like I have had to been doing with my previous tutorials. But since this is a very short tutorial, I thought, let's just try to do this in one clip. And then when you get to right here, you're not going to do anything. You're just going to go ahead and pull that band into the center. And then we will do it on this side. I just realized this is kind of like a Spider-Man type color combo. The neon blue doesn't really fit that well, but oh well. Inside does. This was in one, I just picked out a box from my storage case, and I was like, okay, whatever colors are in here, I'm just going to use them since it is so late. Make sure you go through all of them. And a lot of you had been asking, I get my neon blue and all my neons from Michaels. Alright, now you're going to go through here, and then all you're going to do is go through all these bands right here. Alright, and then just pull a single band through that, pull it, and you can slip knot it or add an extension. Like I said, I'm using mine as a keychain. So now I'm just going to take with my fingers, I'm just going to pull it right off. And I'm going to also use my hook. Alright, so now if you have bands like this, all you want to do is take that border and just loop that over it. And so now your bracelet is complete. So thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial. If you enjoyed it, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you like this frenzy loop bracelet, please give it a big thumbs up as well. And if you make one, don't forget to tag me on Instagram at tutorialsforlooms in the photo in the caption. And you can also use the hashtag and hashtag frenzy loop bracelet if you would like. So thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next tutorial.